Today I'm going to discuss and stress the importance of rape and sexual assault awareness and why it should be taught in schools. Sexual violence education is an essential life skill that teenagers need in order to function in society. According to RAINN.com, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, about 70% of all sexual cases happen to children ages 17 and under, and more than 42 million adults are sexually assaulted before the age of 18. The numbers don't lie. Children and young adults are most at risk for sexual violence. With the knowledge of what sexual assault and rape really is, how to prevent it, and how to get help in the situation, rape can truly be stopped. Given that so many acts of sexual aggression happen each year at college campuses throughout the United States, it is time that this suppressed issue is brought to light. College women at the ages of 18 to 24 are at an elevated risk of sexual violence. Some students don't even know what sexual assault consists of or the seriousness of the topic. Ex-Stanford student, for example, Brock Turner, was found guilty in 2016 of 3 felony counts of sexual assault after he fingered a young woman who was unconscious at a party. However, under California law, Turner is not technically a rapist because he didn't penetrate his victim with his penis. Instead, prosecutors could only charge him with sexual assault. After this case, according to the Huffington Post, California State Assembly member introduced legislation that would make California define rape as penetration, no matter how slight, with any body part or foreign object, without consent. After the public attention this case and many others got, thankfully, a lot of people are working on stopping the cycle of sexual violence among young people in the United States. While more and more universities are creating sexual assault orientations and mandating courses on consent, there's clearly still room for improvement. Many experts and activists agree that it is necessary to implement consent education in high schools in order to actually start reducing the number of sexual assaults among young people. Sexual assault and rape education in college is entirely too late, and according to the Centers for Disease Control, 10.5% of girls experience forced intercourse by the time they finish high school. Even 5 to 6-year-olds can be taught boundaries. The sooner they learn, the better. Today's society and culture need the education of rape and sexual assault now more than ever. The term rape culture has been created in which rape and sexual violence is normalized and excused in the media and popular culture. SouthernCT.edu writes that rape culture is perpetrated through the use of derogatory language, the objectification of women's bodies, and the glamorization of sexual violence, thereby creating a society that disregards women's rights and safety. Young generations need to be aware of rape culture and understand that rape is inexcusable no matter the circumstance. Unfortunately, there are a lot of misconceptions and stereotypes in media which cause confusion. An example of a misconception is sexual assault happens when people drink too much. If people drink less, rates of sexual assault would plummet. From the University of Michigan's Sexual Assault Prevention and Awareness Center, the consumption of alcohol does not cause sexual assault. Perpetrators, however, often use alcohol or other drugs to assist in the assault. Like other criminal offenses, sexual assault is often an opportunistic crime, and perpetrators often take the survivor's incapacitation as an opportunity to commit violence. Like other crimes, being drunk when committing sexual assault does not excuse a person's actions. Whether or not a person is drunk, the person initiating sexual activity must always have clear consent to do so. Students need to learn how to prevent sexual violence and how to get help in the situation. By providing education on consent, healthy relationships, and prevention, students may be able to assist someone who has been a victim of sexual violence. They could also be able to recognize what abuse and violence looks like in their own lives. It's about time the issue is brought to light. Young people need a clear understanding of what sexual assault is through a curriculum devised by experts, a comprehensive explanation of explicit consent, and taught how to deal with culture that victim blames and is decades behind where it should be. The issue has been brought to the government, and so far, according to Congress.gov, in March of 2015, the Senate introduced the Teach Safe Relationships Act, which would mandate sexual assault and violence prevention education in a high school. However, a national standard for how it is discussed is not set. Victim blaming, confusion around what the definition of rape is, and how to prevent and stop assault all show how there is too much misinformation around sexual assault and rape. Hopefully by now, if you didn't before, you realize rape is a real national problem. If most states require sexual education for teens, we should do the same for education on rape. We should all provide support to end sexual assault and raise awareness, providing the knowledge of how to deal with sexual violence at the earliest and most appropriate age. And it is the only way to truly prevent rape. Thank you.